be recorded. Yeah. So it's about the sign. So some of the things we're still gonna do them. It's about the sign and the notation. Sign notation. And number line. So in this chapter, which we are doing today, when we talk, you have seen, maybe you know that this sign, it means greater than. This sign means greater than. It's very important to understand that greater than. And this one is less than. And then you have this one is greater than or equal to, greater than and equal to or equal to. Equal to. And then this one is less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. I'm not gonna write that. So with these signs that I've just written here, if you have this, let's say for example, the most important part that you must take into account, if you have 5 is less than 5. So if your asked is 5 less than 5, 5 is not less than 5, it's false. This statement is false. 5 is not less than 5. So it's false. But if you have 5 is less than or greater than, less than, this, the way I've written them, let me write it in a right way. I wrote it in a form of a computer side because I teach also computer science student. So in mathematics, you write this way. In computer science, that's how you wrote it. So if you say 5 is less than 5, this one here is true. 5 is less than or equals to 5 is true. So those are the things that you must take into account when you are working with these symbols. So when it comes to this sign, we have something called, we're gonna go to number line. So with the number line is something that you draw a line. So this one is going to help you when we are dealing with functions. You draw a line, it must be straight, just that here for mine, it cannot be straight. In the middle, it will be 0. This side going there, it will be positive side. And this side going there is going to be negative side. So which means if I have to scale it like this way, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then going this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So if I have 5 is less than, if they are giving me, they say I have x, which is less than, let's say 5, less than 1 or 1. So what it means that if it's less than, I'm here in this number line. For less than, you put O, you draw an O, you don't shade it. But for greater, less than or great equal to, you put O, then you shade it. You shade. So for this one, which is less than x is less than 1, if I have to draw it here in a number line, which means I'm going to put where there is 1, I'm going to write an O, then I won't shade it, but it says less than. So the arrow is pointing this direction. Let me write it in a bigger way. You see, less than is pointing going to the negative, but greater than it point going that side. You see, that side. So for less than, it point going that side. So which means I will start writing it on 1. I draw a line going until I stop. I write this line. It shows it must be in a form, in a straight line. Just that mine here is not straight. Go in there it is, but you must write it straight. You can also use your ruler. I mean, if you are writing a paper. So this is x is less than 1. So if I have to draw maybe for x is greater than or equals to 2, or let's make it 3. Then for 3, for greater than or equals to 3, when we use a number line, what we'll do, we go into start at 3 there. As I wrote an O, and I'm gonna shade my O because it's greater than or equals to 3. But the arrows, they are pointing that way because it's greater than or equals to 3. I will write it, I will draw it going that side. That's how you draw a number line. That's how it works with a number line. In the middle, you must know that you start with 0, and then the other side, after this side from your right hand side, is positive numbers. Positive, and then the other side from 0, this side is negative. So you can be asked, maybe for example, to write, they can give you, maybe it depends on the question, what you must do. But if you understand what we did now, if they ask you to, for example, they say you have to draw a number line for x. I think we've already managed that one. For example, x is less than 2. So what you do, you just draw your line. First, I want to try to be nicer a little bit here when I draw mine, but it won't be that. Then you put, sometimes you can put 0, 1, 2, is 1 and 2. You can just fill them if you want that, so that they can look professional. Then you fill again -1, -2, -3, and -4 again. Then for your x is greater than 0, you just gonna put your there, you shade, then you write a line, straight line. Then you are done. You have written, drawn a number line. That's a number line that we are talking about. So sometimes they might give you to write a number line, whereby your number line, it have to start maybe is 0, is less equals to, let's say x, and your x is less than 5. So you have to draw a number line for that. So in order to draw a number line for this one, we do the same again. Okay, I'm failing to draw a nice one, but let me try it now. Don't I have, yeah, I do have a ruler. So let me just use my ruler here. I will rotate it. I do have a ruler because I need to be straight a little bit better so that it can look interesting to you guys. So here in this one here, you're gonna start at, maybe you can indicate that this is 0 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then let's also this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does not really matter. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. So now when you start, it says x is greater than. So if you see properly, I'm going to rewrite this. 0 is less equals to x, and x is less equals to 5. So 0, if you rewrite it in a way, you will see that it's saying x. In other words, it shows this way. You can see if we can copy this sign in a reverse, it's greater than or equals to 0. And then for other side, it's saying x is less than what? 5. So what it means that you are going to plug a 0. The first thing that you do, where there is 0, this 0 here, you're going to plug a 0. And then where there is 5, you're going to plug another 0. Then you check the signs. The sign says less than. X is 0 is less than or equals to x. Ne? So for less than, you know that you are going to shade. You will shade first. Then for less, you just leave it as it is, because this one you don't shade, you just write 0 as it is. So when you see something shaded, you must remember, or when you see something like this, you must remember that, oh, it was even greater than or equals to, because the sign, the arrow is pointing that way. So now when you have this x is greater than 0, it means that this 0 is going to be going, this line is going to be going this way, but for x is less than, this line is going to be going this way. So this line is going to go that way, this way. This one is going to go that way. So it means that these two lines, they are going to combine. So when we draw them, we're going to draw it like this way. You just join these two cycles. See, that's how you draw this one. So, but some of them, you will find that they are not joining if they are separate. For example, if x was less than, let's say it's less than 0 and y is greater than 5, you'll find that this one was going to go that way for this line, for these two. Only for this is just an example. For this one here, it was going to go that way. But for this condition that we have there, this is it. This is how you draw it. So let's proceed with maybe one more. I want to do one more question that maybe it can show some other things differently. Okay, she's having problem with logging in. I'm accepting her. All right. So let's say, for example, let's draw the second one for Let's say you have -3 is greater than x, and your x is greater than 2. So if we have this, if we rewrite it properly, this is the same as x. You can even rewrite it if you want. It's the same as x is greater than or less than -3. And then, yeah, and then your x is greater than 2. So you will find that if you can rewrite it in the form of x3 is less equals to x. No, it will be wrong if we write it in this way. It won't be right because this is less equals to starting from x, this side here is that side. So we can't write it like that. But if we have to draw the number line, our number line, you will just use the same method that we used. You put 0 in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here is going to be -1, -2, -3, -4. So now, if I have to first draw this one for less than or equals to, for x is less than 3, I will draw my O, my circle. After drawing my circle, because it's less than, I will shade my circle, but the arrow is going that way, you see. So I will write my line that way there. Then I go to x is greater than 2. The 2 is there. I'll draw my circle. Okay, I was asking if is there anyone have a question? Did you hear what I was saying when I was teaching?
No, didn't hear anything. You went blank.
Oh,
So I
okay.
couldn't see the.
And then for others,
Yes, I did.
all right. So this is hello. Okay, you can repeat. Okay, it's fine. So for the number line, the video is gonna be there. Just that the problem part, I'm not sure if you guys, because when I'm teaching computer science student, we don't have a problem. I think someone went there and delete those your emails. I'm not sure if that person was trying to learn something there. But for the computer science student, we don't have this kind of problem of like maybe when they accessing the video and etc. So I'm thinking that I'm just gonna stick on the same same strategy of making a link and giving you guys links rather than just being there, because every time I will be have to be adding you guys. So I think the link is gonna work. But for the computer science student, the one I'm teaching, we normally do it inside. Everything is inside and we don't have any problem. So we never have a problem. So I'm just gonna stick on giving you guys the link of each and every lesson that we have. So tomorrow's lesson, I'm going to be showing you guys. I wanted to do it today, just that I couldn't get the number. I'm going to be showing you guys how the questions of your assignment one for QMI, and then those are the questions. They will be similar to those, and then to some they might be the same. It might be exactly the same until the end, then I'm not sure. So, and then when I do the assignment, because those questions they're gonna be there, you must be writing, no recording there. I won't be doing. We don't do recording on the assignments. I Because it's not allowed to. You have to be working them out. So I'm just gonna show you the question. You work them, then you answer them, then you let me know the results. If you have time, you can just answer them during the day. You let me know how much you got. The other student already got 100% on QMI. So we're gonna be using that student questions. They already got. Then math is not. I'm not saying they will be the same. They might be different from yours, but it will be very similar. 80% or 50, 70% of those questions they might be the same. So that will be doing it tomorrow. Then I will send you this video. Uh, Let me stop it for now. Yeah, I will send you this video.